This stock is about to explode. The stock Amazon has been a sleeping giant for a while, and this past year has been rallying, but we're about to get a huge rally from the stock, okay? And here's the reason why. Guys, the stock Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN, is going into their busiest time of the year. And I get it, you've probably heard it before and you know it as well. But with the stock currently trading around this resistance point, we're going to be talking not only about the stock chart and about the pricing and where it's at right now and where it can go to. Also, we got to dive into some price target upgrades and where the stock is currently at with their price targets. Earnings was just released a couple weeks ago, and the stock has jumped almost 15% off of just earnings. And where the stock is heading because of holiday season and beyond with new hires, the pay raise. They have so many things going for them right now within this company that is going to push this stock higher. This could easily be a $160, $170 stock, and we're going to be talking about that today. So let's jump into it. Right now, we're looking at the past 2 years, and you can see that 2022 was not a good year for many stocks, but especially Amazon took massive hits and fell all the way down to this $80 area, which was support, bounced off at $80, and continued to run from 2023 onward. We've had a strong 2023 year, up it was like 70% or something crazy like that, from lows down here around 80. Yeah, 76%. Big year for Amazon. It's been a strong year. Amazon has been doing well. The stock has been performing well. But looking into where the stock is right now, we have this red line right here, which is resistance at $145. It tried to break through here, and it couldn't. So act as resistance. It tried to break through again here, and it couldn't. Bounced down. Tried to break through again here, and it bounced down. Now we're going to be tempting a third time with this stock, okay? Third time's a charm? I hope so, because this stock can explode through this resistance area and move beyond to the 155, 160, 170 area. There's a lot going for this stock right now. After a strong earnings report, the stock ran from 117 all the way up to 143, and there was a lot more room for this thing to run. Okay, and the reason behind that is not only the price targets that we're going to talk about in a second, but how the stock is looking trading wise. It's a strong looking stock, and it has been and it's been performing well, and there is a lot of upside opportunity if we could break through this 145 area. Let's take a look at tip ranks and see what we're looking at price targets here. Right now, we're looking good with price targets. So we got a good look at stock chart, and we got a good look at price target forecast, okay? We're looking at the low end, $145. Our low end average right now is $145. Our average price is $176 price target, and our high end is $230. I think the high end is a little too skewed to the north side. I think $230 is very, very high for this stock right now. I think that a high end price target for this stock would be 1 in 90, I would say. An average 175 is about average. I see this thing going probably to 165, 170 by end of year if we could break through this. So that's another probably 20-30% run on this stock. Big news for this stock if we can get going here. And the low end is 145, which is understandable. This stock definitely has a lot more room to run, and especially based on this chart and what analysts are looking at as well, there is a lot going for the stock, okay? So Amazon announced that they're hiring 100,000 more workers for this holiday season, which is huge. But with the holiday season, what does that mean for workers? They plan to announce an additional 250,000 additional workers for this holiday season, boost the pay of the warehouse and delivery workers to $20.50 an hour from the original $19 an hour. You can be making $20 as a delivery driver or warehouse worker at Amazon, which is pretty solid if you're looking for something to do and you're not too sure what you want to do. Moving down, Amazon appears bullish about this holiday year, hiring 100,000 more workers than in the final quarter of last year to fulfill online orders. So there is a lot going for this stock. Looking ahead, and Amazon's last Prime Day sales event held in July generated more than $12 billion in sales, making the most successful Prime Day ever for Amazon. The Amazon stock increased 48% year to date from that. So there is a lot going for the stock right now. There is a lot we have to look forward to, and that's some good news for this stock. So I also want to pull up the chart for the past couple of years and dive deep into what the stock does during the holiday season, right? So this year, obviously, we're getting into the holiday season and it's starting to ramp up. Last year at this time, though, take a look at what the stock looked like, right? Last year, the end of December, going into January, the stock rallied from this $80 area, surged up to $112, okay? So that happened towards the end of December, into January, and into February timeframe. Let's go back a little bit further to 2022. December timeframe, January, the stock was down here and rallied up. It did pull back again, but continued to rally. So it seems like the stock pulls back right before the busy time, pulls back right before the busy time. And then as the season approaches and into the new year especially, the stock really rallies. Let's pull back a little bit further into 2021. We can see here the stock had a pullback into the new year and continued to rally. Pull back even further here to 2020. You could see the stock pulled back with COVID, technically, and then rallied. But you could see a trend here happening that every time the holiday season, there's a little bit of a pullback beforehand, and it almost looks like that's what we did here. We had a pullback and we started to rally. Now we could have one more pullback sometime in November and then a huge rally that'll push us through, but I really want to see what happens to this stock, specifically when it gets to this 145 area. We're getting close. We're at $143, and I definitely think that we tapped it before once, we tapped it here twice close to it, we tapped it a third time here. Now this fourth time, let's really see what happens to this stock. If it taps here and falls back down, I think you want to, you know what, in the short term, watch what the stock does, okay? In the short term, let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get some shares down at 130. Watch this 125 support level. We take a trade here at 130. We buy in with some shares. We let it come back down. If it comes down back down to this 125, we buy more. As long as it holds this 125, we stay in the trade. And then let's see if it bounces off 125 and starts to rally to the upside around 140. And then 145 is what we have to break. If you're a long-term investor, you're sitting on the sides waiting for this thing. You like the odds that Amazon keeps running into the new year, and you like the odds that it outperforms and starts going back to 150, 160 area. But in the short term, if you want to take a trade on this thing, let's see what happens at 145. If we break through 145, let's buy in because this is going to 160. But if it hits it and pulls back down, let's buy shares when it does pull back down. Sit down here around 130, maybe even 125. See if it can hold this support. If it can hold this support, that means it's still a strong stock, and we've been trading sideways between this channel. And that way, the stock will bounce off 125, potentially break 145, maybe at the end of December and going into January, and then we surge into the new year. So it really, really depends on what the stock does against this 145 resistance. But I'm looking at the end of the year. Let's see what happens with it here in the next couple days. See if it bounces off 145. If it does and falls to the downside, then we buy more. We take a rally to the upside and see if we could break through this resistance sometime at the end of the year. Let me know what you guys think about the stock. I know there's a lot of information for you guys, but Amazon stock, not talked about very much, but has a lot of upside, good price targets. I mean, it's Amazon stock, it's prime season, it's the shopping season, it's the holiday season. We got to look at Amazon as a potential big play going into the end of the year and into the beginning of the new year. Guys, let me know what you think about this stock in the comments below. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.